Well, another the WeakLEE Podcast. Tonight, I have somebody who I know from mutual friend. He is the offensive coordinator for St. Aug, Mr. J.P. Price. What's up, people? Pierce. I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good.
Pierce.
Yeah. So I am the OC at St. Aug.
Yeah.
I also coach the quarterbacks. I'm from New Orleans. I went to high school at a different high school than St. Aug. I went to Brother
BMOD.
Yeah.
I went to Brother Martin. But just being there, they don't hold that against me. They made it feel like family from day one. But from Brother Martin, I went to Grambling, played there, and then I started coaching there, and that's when I started coaching. And the head coach that we have at St. Aug now, that's where me and him met at Grambling.
Yeah.
He was the O-line coach up there. I was the assistant quarterback coach, GA. And then once he got the job down here, he asked me to come with him and be the OC. So I was coaching there at Grambling in 21 and 22.
Oh, so you're coaching as soon as you graduated?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was a student assistant first.
All right.
And then that year, that's when I graduated. I got my undergrad. So I got my undergrad in 22. And then so it was 22, 23, not 21, 22, but it was 22, 23. At the end of 23, that's when, after the season, he got the job at St. Aug. So my first season was last season. This past season was my second year. So I'm going into my third.
So what made you go to Brother Martin?
So when I was growing up, my first sport was baseball.
All right.
And I played a lot of travel ball. So my friends, that's where they was going to school at. Like, they used to come with all the Brother Martin apparel, the bags, just different baseball stuff. I'm like, damn, like, I want to go to Brother Martin too, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to Brother Martin, and then I ended up playing football. I didn't even end up really playing baseball for real.
So what made you do the transition? What you
Really,
saying, dude,
so-
throwing them 100 miles an hour, you change your mind?
It wasn't that. It was just being there, and then really it's a funny story. I was playing, it was PE.
Yeah.
I was just playing around, throwing the ball around. And the football coach was like, you should come play football. Like, I ain't really played football since I was probably 9, 10.
Yeah.
Well, like, facts, I'd come. So went out there, started doing that, and just so happened the guy that was the starting quarterback, it was his last year. He was going into his senior year, and he had been the starter for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So the transition was easy because it was, after him, it was me. So
Tell him the truth, bro. Please tell that dude the truth.
What's the truth?
What's the truth, bro?
What's the truth?
If you're not good enough to go play for LSU baseball,
Yeah, baseball is competitive.
you might as well go sit down and pick another sport.
Huh.
Do the clown. But nah, it was that, and then it was just the opportunity, and I'm a competitor, so
Right.
I wanted to have a chance to compete. And
How you did as a quarterback, though?
I was straight. My first year, we went to the semis. We lost 18-16 to Scotlandville. The next year, I think we lost in the quarters to Scotlandville again. But from there, I was able to get a chance to play at Grambling, so that was cool. Played a little bit out there, but it wasn't as much
Yeah.
as it was in high school. But that's where my passion for coaching grew. So that first year, my redshirt year, I kind of was traveling with the team. I was going to all the away games, but I wasn't dressing. Because they were trying to teach me the offense and teach me the playbook and stuff like that. So I was in the press box. So just seeing the game from that view, having the headset on, listen to the OC, talk to the quarterbacks, and be able to actually say stuff to the quarterbacks as a true freshman. Because that's how smart I was, and that's how much faith they had in me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my passion for coaching grew. And then from there, it took off, and it is what it is today.
So with that, what exactly became your leadership style?
So it's been a trial and error thing. And a lot of times we learn through experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with me playing quarterback, I've had position coaches, right? Now they've done things that I really liked, and then they've done things that I didn't agree with as much. And I took my style from them. So one of the first things that I try to do is build a relationship with you, right? Especially with me being at St. Aug and working with young black males. Because as young black males, we put up walls, right? When we feel like somebody you don't trust the other person, right?
You don't trust
and
me.
that's just a natural thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I build a relationship with them, and I do that through love, right? And it's not with me saying I love you, I love you, I love you. No, it's me showing actions.
Yeah.
Right. So we build from there. Then once you know that you could trust me and I'm here to help you and I have your best interest at heart, then I show tough love, right? Whether it's us working out, whether it's on the practice field, whether it's me pushing you because I see more potential in you, right? So that's kind of what I try to live by, right? Because you can't love someone, or you can't be you can't show tough love if they don't trust you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because they'll look at you and be
It's
like,
going one end out the other.
Yeah, one end out the other. And they'll be like, he don't have my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
So I make sure the kids know that first, right? And it's a little bit tough, and it's something that I'm working on, just being so young.
Mm-hmm.
They'll try to not see us as equals, but they'll see me as someone that they could play with.
Play with,
right?
yeah.
Or not play like disrespectfully, but see me, because I'm 25, about to turn 26 next week. The head coach, he's 51, right? So I'm closer to that age. So they'll joke and play with me, but when it's a time and a place for that, and that's the line that I draw, and it's a mutual respect, and we have a really good relationship.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, though.
Right.
So what exactly is your system belief, though?
So
like, as the OC.
Right. So the
Bubble,
system
bubble. Post.
So the system that I learned, which was very, very effective the last 2 years. The head coach and I, when he was the O-line coach at Grambling, we learned a NFL system because Hugh Jackson was our head coach, right? And a lot of times, especially with the Rams this past year, you saw they had 3 tight ends. Like, they like to use the tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And tight ends, they pose matchup problems, especially if they can run and be great pass catchers and be aggressive at the line of scrimmage. So I believe in a lot of 12 personnel, which is funny because it's a mix of like NFL style and then air raid, right? So we throw the ball a lot of RPOs. But when I could have 2 tight ends on the field, I would have 2 tight ends on the field. If I could have 3, if we had a 3rd tight end, I'd love to put a 3rd tight end on the field because it forces the defense to show their hand, and they can't really disguise different stuff because if you're playing around, we're just going to run the ball down your throat.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a 500-yard rushing game. So lining up in those big formations, and then when we have to, right, because we do a lot of different stuff out of it. It's a lot of runs, right? But then it's a lot of play actions and RPOs and stuff like that. We get the ball in the perimeter. So right now I have 2 of the best receivers in the class at 27, right? So just disguise in different ways, being creative, right? Because they make my job really fun. Being able to be creative and get them the ball in different ways is the joy that I have. But it's easy because the kids, they gravitate towards, so say 1 week we had a play, it was called Horse. So one of the kids, I don't know why, one of the tight ends, his nickname is Horse.
All right.
Right? So I guess because he liked to run.
That's crazy.
So I came up with a play and I just called it Horse. And he loved it, right? He scored a touchdown off of it. So like different creative ways like that, they'll gravitate towards that and they'll buy into whatever you're selling, right? Because they know you really you're serious about what you're doing.
Right. Bro. But it's crazy, like you talk about that. Like I love that you really know what you talk about. That's a good thing because a lot of people be all over the place.
Right.
But with you losing, your quarterback just graduated, right?
Yeah.
And going to Southern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, how you gonna be able to just, or how did you work him into being who he was, and you moving on to the next one?
So that's something that is like near and dear to me because my first year being an OC, that was my quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. So we kind of built this thing together. Right. And for him to have the success that he had this past season, taking us to the state championship, throwing for 3,100 yards, having 50 total touchdowns, and now getting a full scholarship, right, to go play at the next level. That's my first true quarterback that I've coached. Right. So that's big time. Like I'm super proud of that. Right. They consider him one of the best in school history. Like statistic wise, it is. Yeah, he is the best in school history. But, some people argue it, but it's
right.
cool. But now it's a new joy that I found, right? Because now that I graduated quarterback, now I have to get another one ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I that's something that I'm excited about. Because this past season we had a young O-line, right? And our head coach is also our O-line coach. She did a great job with them, and you saw what we were able to do this past year. So now I have the challenge, right? Now I have a young quarterback, a first-year starter. Now I have the challenge of getting them ready because we don't want to see a fall off,
Right.
We can't have growing pains because we just went to the state championship. So now there's no time for growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
So now the young quarterback has to meet the rest of the offense where we're at and be able to be efficient and get the ball rolling.
So is that just a big pressure that you feel with being a part of the whole historic program like that?
So with that, is no pressure, right? And especially me having played quarterback, right? And when I played baseball, I pitched. I've always been in high pressure situations, right? And I feel like if you feel pressure, then you'll never be successful or be able to succeed in what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that was
right?
supposed to feel.
Exactly. So it's no pressure. It's more of an excitement. Like I said, it's a joy that I feel every day. Come to work, get ready for workouts after school, because I know it's I'm building something with these young dudes.
Yeah, that's a great thing, bro. But I know, like, just watching the game, it was a great game, but I was going for both teams because I went to Carr and I went to St. Aug.
Okay.
But I know that I got a few dudes who I knew that was coaching for Carr.
Mm-hmm.
And how exactly was your whole playoff run up to that point?
So we had a first round bye because I think we were the 3 seed. So we had a first round bye. In the second round, we played a really good Acadiana team, which that was a crazy game. At one point, I think in the third quarter, we were up like 30-14. And then you turn around by the end of the third quarter, it was 42-42.
Uh-huh.
And it would happen fast, right? And offensively, we kind of messed that up. We had a chance to really put the game away. We turned the ball over when we shouldn't have. But we ended up winning that game. But the curse around St. Aug football was they can't get out the second round. So that got us out the second round. And next week we played Rummel, which it turned back into the Catholic League because we had just seen Rummel weeks prior because they're in our district.
Mm-hmm.
But just having more film on them, we had a better feel for the defense. Coach Valdez and I and the rest of the offensive staff, we did a great job of coming up with a game plan. And because when you see a team the second time, it's a little different than the first time, right? It's hard to beat a team twice, especially a team in the Catholic League. So we did a great job coming up with an offensive plan, and we stuck to our plan, and we had a lot of success. And then the next week in the semis, we saw Curtis, right? Another Catholic League opponent that we had just saw because they were our Week 10 opponents, so that game was more fresh. And the first time we played them, we handled them pretty well. We put up 50-something points, right? But we knew Curtis, that's a historic program, a championship type program, so we knew it was going to be different. Mm-hmm. So we had to reset the kids' minds, right? They couldn't go into that game with the same mindset, thinking it was just going to be a cakewalk, because it wasn't. It's the semis. It's the game to go to the state championship. So once we did that, we started out hot, right? Then it got a little shaky, and then we had to go on a last-minute drive, right? I think it was like 30 seconds, 70 yards, and we had to win the game on the last drive. So that was crazy. Like seeing all those people in the stands, first of all, right? Because they hadn't seen St. Aug in the semis for a really long time, right? And then once we won the game, all the people storming the field, right? All the proud alums that were on the field, that was something I've never seen before. Yeah. Right, other than when the Saints won the Super Bowl. But
hey, bro,
I was 9 years old.
Hey, look, that game showed me that you're actually developing quarterbacks, because one threw the ball to the same place that whole drive.
Yeah,
he threw a boundary curl the whole drive.
Yeah,
literally. Then they get to the end zone and run a pivot route. They ran, bro. The ball went to the one man the whole drive. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't look away like nothing. He was Paul was calling the plays like, I know you about to throw the ball right here. Take what they giving you. And and me knowing him as a person, take what they give you. He probably the master at that. So even his quarterback, even understanding that, like, I'm calling these plays just for you to take this right here. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of film study that we do. Like right now, that's what I'm developing the young quarterbacks with. Right, we weight room, right, throwing the ball too, right, but we're in the film room too, and it's hours and hours and hours that we put into that, right, because I'm I'm playing the game for them, right? I'm trying to get them to think how I think, right? So we're on the same page. Like before the play, I could tell you where the ball's supposed to go. And if it goes there, that means we're on the same page, right? And that's what we're developing right now. That's so right. that drive, the drive you're talking about, that's where the ball was supposed to go. Right. And that was a year 2 quarterback, right? We had a lot of hours put into that. He took the things that we worked on and we taught, right, during that week, and right throughout the last 2 years, he took that and applied that there. But he was a gamer, like straight up gamer. He
that's how it's supposed to be. Pressure. They say the quarterback the most important person on the field.
That's when I realized he was a little bit different. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he was a real gamer.
Going into the last drive, boy, that'll have you scared. For real, boy. Yeah. And you down one of your receivers. You had another receiver step up, make some plays, boy. And that's the crazy thing. The quarterback wasn't going to the number 1 receiver.
Right.
He was going number 2. Really not even number 2. He going to 2A because we didn't see 12 to late in the season, but 12 stepped up big that game. I thought 12 gonna come to the Superdome and go crazy. I was screaming 12 the whole time in the Superdome.
But it was for the championship, bro.
That was first it was disappointing that we lost.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was even more so disappointing that we weren't able to score as offense. That's still eating at me right now. Like I want to play again tomorrow. Like, right. I'm upset. But I think it was good for the kids, right? Because Coach Valdez is doing a great job of building a program, right? St. Augustine has always been historic as a program because of the people that they put on to the next level, right? And then even more so in the NFL. And it's always been great athletes, right? So Coach Valdez is doing a great job of keeping that going. And then just putting the wins behind it. So for the young kids, because we have a really young team, for them to be in the Superdome and get that playoff experience and stuff like that, and get those extra weeks of practice, right? Because one of the greatest things is practicing during Thanksgiving. Not everyone is doing that, right? Because they're at home chilling or with their family, right? So the young kids, they got the chance to do that. Now they want that every single year, right? They got the chance to go to the Dome. Now they want that every single year. The thing we're doing as coaches is pushing them to be the leaders, right? And winning and success, that helps that, right? It helps you not have to be such a loud voice as a coach because the kids, they want to get back to that. And they're craving that. And that's the competitive spirit that we've pushed, and Coach Valdez has done a great job infusing in the program.
Yeah, because I know the more and more level you keep going up, you're going to start doing that.
Right.
You're going to work longer, do days you ain't supposed to do, don't want to do.
Right. Followers going to follow.
Yeah, for sure. But the kids always getting them ready. But I got a question, though. How exactly does the district work now? Because, like, wasn't calling y'all district and all that? Like, how does that work if they're, like, a public school still, right?
So it's based off your enrollment.
Yeah.
Right? I think if you have a certain amount of students in the school, then you could apply for being redistrict. And then just this past year, which will go into effect next school year, Easton got out the district. Right now, Chalmette is into the district.
Because I remember, like, when I used to play, it was just straight Catholic school play, Catholic school, public school play, public school.
Right.
That's all right.
But I'm still learning that because just being back from coaching in college, I'm still trying to get adjusted to stuff like that. Yeah. But they said at one point, like, when the Catholic first started, Chalmette was in it.
Oh.
So they were part of, like, the beginning.
100%.
They were?
Yeah. So now
that was back when Mitch was playing or something?
No. We played Mitch 3 times that year. They wasn't in our district there.
Oh,
no, right. It was a while ago. So it's still trying to figure it out. It's not all Catholic schools and
yeah. It's just basically trying to make it to where the best team play best team.
It's definitely the best team.
It had to get like that, bro. Yeah. Everybody get to the point Cole's gonna walk through it every year.
Right.
At least they kind of walked through it this year, but at least people was fighting back for the most part, like because they almost lost in the semis too.
Yeah.
So
who they play in the semi?
Catholic.
They play Catholic High, Catholic BR. So the fact that they got them in this, it kind of proved that they belong. Like, you see, Easton fell out of it because
they ain't ready no more. They ain't how they used to be.
I don't think Easton was probably ever
that good,
capable. I ain't gonna say that good, capable to play in the Catholic League. That's a week to week thing, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's definitely the SEC of high school.
It's
right. You gotta be ready.
It's week to week, bro. Like, for real. Like, it's one of them. Like, The SEC of football. That's what we call it, but that's for real.
But ain't like basketball the same thing now too?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, but being in the Catholic League, all your sports are in the Catholic League.
Right.
But the great thing about St. Aug, like, we're diverse in all our sports, right? Everybody just focused on football. We got basketball, got baseball. We just got a wrestling team that just went to state. We got a swim team. We got esports, right?
That's
we got
fire.
a whole.
That's fire. All got a wrestling team.
We got a whole bunch of stuff that's going, and we got a state championship gymnast. He the best gymnast in Aug history, right? I think he might even be the first.
That's crazy. Shout out Aug for that. Serious. Yeah, that's crazy.
He just got a full ride. I want to say he's gone to what's that school? He got I think not Southern Illinois. He might be going to Illinois.
Okay.
That's why I think he's going to Illinois University as a full ride as a gymnast. So it's bigger than just basketball and football. Like it's diverse. But all your sports at your school got to be ready for that. Because in all the sports, like in basketball, baseball, especially baseball in the Catholic League, baseball in the Catholic League is serious. Right? So you could focus on, say, this school, they really good in football. Yeah. The baseball team getting waxed every single week. Yeah. They don't want to be in the Catholic League anymore.
Yeah.
So when that happens, then everybody got to get out of the Catholic League.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get everybody got to get on the same page.
Rule. Like,
everybody got to get on the same page.
We got 4 sports losing and one winning.
Yeah, y'all got to get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. We about to quit and leave. Get it together. It was together over here, so we gonna go back to what we was.
So basically, like all your sports got to be top tier.
Yeah. You got to be ready because they have great coaches in the Catholic League in all sports, right? And the kids are different. They wired different.
Yeah,
that's how the
they want to go to the next level.
But then like Shaw had enrollment. Like Shaw is a Catholic League school.
Yeah,
but it's just their enrollment is
not that many people go there no more.
I don't want to say that. They probably got a good number of students, but the students that y'all are getting
not really.
Not close to play 5A football in Louisiana.
So basically, like now, if you are part of the Catholic League, it's just like you ready to play college almost.
Yeah, and that's all the programs do a great job of making their programs like college programs. That's the closest thing. Like when I was at Brother Martin, then I went to Grambling. It was the closest thing to a college workout or college practice.
So it still was an easier transition.
Yeah, 100%.
It wasn't hard.
Yeah, 100%.
But you say y'all can't do 2 of these, or y'all?
No. So for fall camp, we go to last 2 years. We taking the team to Nichols.
Yeah.
Right. We spend I think 3 days out there. So it's film work, it's classwork stuff, right? But we practice. One time you can have a padded practice. And then the next practice is not really practice conditioning, right? But you can't do 2 full padded practices and run through just for safety and health concerns. Yeah.
Shoot. They didn't have that back then.
Yeah, they didn't have it when we was in high school. We had
2 days, tag gumly turf. Used to be melting cleats out there, like in real life. Like our feet used to be burning out there on that turf.
Man,
then college 2 days too. College ain't even no 2 a day. It's a whole day. Like they give you your schedule from wake up. Like they tell you when you wake up and tell you when you're gonna sleep for about 3 weeks. I'm talking about 3 weeks. They tell you what you're doing. Like wake up at 6, breakfast at 6:30, stretching at 7. This at 7:30, this at 8. I'm talking about the whole day.
But that's really how it is at the next level though too. It's the same thing.
Not the NFL, bro. It really get more relaxed when you get to the NFL.
Like, but you still have a be here at this time and all that other stuff.
But that's easy. Like
yeah.
When you come with all the extra, you telling me we got practice in the morning and the evening. We got to walk through workouts, more film. Then we coming back. Practice with that, watch that film too, and then we coming back and do it again the next day for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah,
you crazy.
But how much film do you make sure your quarterback watch?
So we watch it a lot together.
Yeah.
So he at least need to have at least 2 hours by himself, just throughout the week, at least 2 hours. because they still students at the same time.
Yeah.
And once we get out of practice, I don't want him staying up super late once he get home to watch film. Because I think we do a great job in the building, getting them film time and making sure we're on the same page. And then on his own, like, they watch it throughout the day at school if they're at lunch, right? But at least 2 hours. And then he always shoots me back ideas and stuff like that. And that's how I know he's really watching.
So how much do you watch?
A week-to-week basis. It's a lot, bro.
I didn't call him outside watching film.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, one time, my brother, so he just moved to New York. He works for Disney, right? But he had a going away party the week we had the third round of the playoff game. So the whole time I was at the party, I was sitting there just watching the film because you got to. You got to get it in.
You really got to make it's really a part of your life.
Yeah, it really is. And sometimes I get a lot of sleep, sometimes I don't. And it's just the nature of the business.
Yeah. But it's good you're taking it in and accepting it, though.
Yeah.
And you want to be great at it, so that's always a great thing.
That's what I love about the competition part. Right? So I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm going against their defensive coordinator. Right? And he trying to beat me the same way I'm trying to beat him. And I love that competition aspect of it. It's chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly is next?
So right now, just we're in the off season. We just preparing for next year. Right. After Mardi Gras, we pick it up a little bit more, and the workouts will be more regimented. Right now, it's kind of free weights, but me and the quarterbacks, we getting it in different right now. Right. But after Mardi Gras, it'll be everybody more so together. The guys that's not running track or playing any other sport. So once we start, it'll be team installs, right? So offensive installs, we'll have walkthroughs, watch film together. And then it'll be preparing for the spring because we don't have a starter right now at the quarterback position. Then we lost 2 linemen, so we got to fill those voids. So it'll be open competition once the spring starts. So
y'all make sure y'all players do other sports or not really?
So yeah, Coach Valdez does a great job with that. He encourages our skill players to run track.
Yeah.
Because right now, as high school athletes and high school coaches, we're fighting against the college transfer portal. Right? But what college coaches love or what coaches on the next level love is speed.
Yeah.
Right? If you fast, you quick twitch, you explosive, you'll get a shot. Right? It's speed and then it's size, of course. But speed for sure. Speed kills. So he does a great job making sure our skill players run track. Our linemen, they just finished with wrestling, like I said, because that's what it is. You're in the trenches.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have great pad level, right? Just like in wrestling, you got to have great leverage, right? You got to be able to come off the ball and strike as a run blocker or even with pass blocking, even though you're kick stepping back. But as a wrestler, it's you versus the other man, right? And that's what it is in the trenches, is you versus the opposing team's defensive line. So that's what we encourage them to do. I think one of my quarterbacks used to play baseball. He doesn't play baseball anymore. But yeah, we encourage them to play other sports because you learn different life lessons, right? Because that's what we teaching them. That's what football teaches. That's what all life sports teaches, right? All sports teach. So you learn in different life lessons. You learn how to work hard. You learn in different team chemistry things that you could bring back to the football team. So yeah, we encourage that.
Yeah, all sports work together.
I ain't gonna lie. Me playing basketball, and when I finally understood that if I put this on a football field, it's a mismatch.
Yeah,
that's kind of when I took advantage. Like, and I really got better. Like,
yeah,
releases. All my releases was crossovers. Like,
yeah,
they look like basketball moves out there. So that's the biggest thing, playing multiple sports.
Because I know a lot of people be worried about like injuries and all that stuff, but you can't really
you can't control that.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's out of your control.
As a kid, man, go outside and go play. For real, bro.
But
you ain't.
But it's like once you start realizing like it's start to become a business, that's when you be more worried about it or more careful.
I don't think high school players lift enough weights to even be worried about all that.
We do.
What you think about that?
We lift.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we lift before the games. We lift the day of the games.
See, now
we lift.
Now that they gonna need a break, but come on, bro. How many programs we got in this that you could probably think of in the state of Louisiana that's actually doing?
I don't know. At the AUG, we lift.
Right.
We on them weights.
Yeah.
For sure. We got a new weight room. We
on
them weights.
You be on them weights. Because I know a lot of athletes, you be on the weights hard.
Yeah.
But
got to.
That's why I stopped.
That's where you gain your advantage.
Bro,
in the weight room.
You literally know who
There's no other way.
Bro, you literally know who lifting weights the correct way and who ain't on the weights.
Yeah.
Because y'all first year, when y'all got there,
we didn't have a weight room.
They didn't have a weight room.
Still building that.
In the show?
And did it show?
Yeah, but it also was some other things too, just trying to build our program principles into the program.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have 100% buy-in, which that's expected. It's year one.
Right.
Those kids, they were with another staff for maybe 3-4 years, right? So all the stuff that they learned was already ingrained into them, which was fine. This past season was our first full off season with our guys and instilling what we wanted, and the results showed.
Right.
Yeah, the O-line.
Best luck next year, brother.
The O-line was way stronger, 100%.
But I appreciate you doing this episode with me, Doug.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro.
This is JP Pierre.
Yep.
It's another episode. Man, open eyes, phone. Tune in next week.